I want to play this for our listeners. This is John Boehner talking about President Obama saying that if a church wants to run a hospital, then they're going to have to conform to the standards of other hospitals. And, you know, you have to wash your hands, you have to provide surgeries, you have to, and if you're going to offer health care, then these are the standards for health care. Here he is.
If the president does not reverse the department's attack on religious freedom, then the Congress, acting on behalf of the American people and the Constitution that we're sworn to uphold and defend, must. This attack by the federal government on religious freedom in our country must not stand and will not stand.
See, I just don't see this as an attack on religious freedom. I mean, I see this as a failure of the United States to have a national health care system. Personally, I would have no problem. Just like, you know, I have friends who are Hasidic Jews, and I've spent, for that matter, I've spent time in Israel in the most Hasidic areas, or for that matter, I spent time in Egypt with people who are very, I guess halal is the word. And on Friday in Egypt you don't work, and on Saturday in Israel you don't work, and here in the United States, the Seventh-day Adventist hospitals, you take Saturday off, you know, and it's like they honor those religions because they have national health care systems. So, you know, if the Catholic Church wants to do it their own way, God bless them. But right now, the problem is that we have such a bass-backward healthcare system that we're relying on the good graces and charities of you know, decent and caring people in the Catholic Church to provide healthcare services to us, when instead and that's fine if they want to do it. I mean, you know, that was Matthew 25. I'm preaching it all the time. It was one of the number one injunctions of Jesus Christ was to heal the sick. And, you know, good on you, but it should be the purpose, it should be the job of the state first and foremost. This is not a war on religion. It's a failure of state. Hey, Rick Santorum, trying to turn this into a war on religion. Clip number 7, please, Paul.
They are taking faith and crushing it. Why? Why?
Correct.
When you marginalize faith in America, when you remove the pillar of God-given rights, then what's left is the French Revolution. What's left is a government that will tell you who you are, what you'll do, and when you'll do it. What's left in France became the guillotine.
Well, Rick there is portraying a startling ignorance of the French Revolution. First of all, the Catholic Church had controlled much of France for a long, long time, and until Mr. Napoleon came along, who was actually post-French Revolution. But one of the things that the French Revolution did is they kicked the church out, and not only did they kick the church out, they went nuts. I mean, you know, not just the Catholic Church. They kicked all the churches out. And they renamed the days of the week because they were named after Roman gods. And they renamed the days of the month because they were named after Greek gods. And they reset the year 0 because that was dated from the birth of Christ. And, I mean, it was a total... the French Revolution was going the opposite direction. Rick Santorum seems to think that, A, this is an oppression of religious rights. And I would argue that, you know, you could make that argument. But more importantly, it is a failure of the state to provide health care to its people, which should be a right, not a privilege. And then once you've done that, then people like me who are vegetarian and who try to actually, you know, I don't know how much I should get into this in my personal life here, but I try to observe the Sabbath on Saturdays. Okay, I don't call myself a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm not one. I've never become one, but I think that Saturday is the day you should take off. And so people like me, if I wanted to check into a hospital, I'd prefer to go to Seventh-day Adventist hospital. Frankly, I can get a good, healthy vegetarian meal, and Saturday's a down day. And but let everybody else go to the hospital that they want that's run, that's paid for by the government. That's part of a national healthcare service. And if somebody's Catholic and they want to have, know that the people ministering to them are Catholics, and that there's a chapel, easily available to them, and if they need a priest right away, they can get one, and by all means. And if they have and if somebody's an Orthodox Jew and they have particular, or a Hallel Muslim and they have particular food oddities, as it may be, or oddities is the wrong word. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I'm kind of in a Robitussin haze here, but you get the point. Let it happen, but let it be on top of and beside a national healthcare system, not part of a national healthcare system. The problem we have, the reason why it's possible for people like John Boehner and Rick Santorum to demagogue this issue, which is what they're doing, make no mistake about it, is not because it's right or wrong to tell a religious institution that, hey, if you're going to get into the business of doing something other than being a religion, although you can make a strong case that Jesus said heal the sick, and so healing the sick is part of your religion. I acknowledge that. But what we should be saying is healing the sick is the goal of all of society. And that when we do it, when all of society has it done by certain standards. And if somebody wants to operate outside those standards, for their people, by their people, God bless them. But we need to have a national healthcare system in this country. How come that's not being discussed in the corporate media?